doing Mobile Video Right Vlog episode 3. We're here with Nate Barnes here in Moby, San Francisco, and we're talking creativity. Welcome.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your role and how long you've been here and how creative on mobile devices has changed since the time that you've been?
Yeah, I've been here about 6 years. I'm creative director, so I work with a lot of agencies and brands to create mobile rich media. When I first started, mobile rich media was basically in its infancy, so it was all pretty new to us. The sky was the limit as far as what we could do. Had a new toolbox to play with, and we're kind of experimenting with all the tools. As far as what works in mobile advertising back then, we didn't know. We're making it all up, us and a few, handful of other mobile advertisers. Banners was kind of the only thing going at the time, and brands wanted to go beyond that. With desktop advertising, they were used to being able to do animations and interactivity and all kinds of cool stuff. So a lot of companies were looking to do the same thing on mobile. And really that's kind of what our job was back then, was to figure out how to make rich media on mobile for these brands in a compelling way, like they were used to on the desktop. I'd say early on we took a lot of our design cues from desktop interactivity, as far as the animation and the things that you could do within a brand advertisement. And then as it's evolved, we've kind of responded to the way people use apps nowadays. Like, for example, when I was first starting out, everybody was downloading new apps. The phone was brand new. You download basically all these apps that you didn't know anything about, and you figured out which ones you wanted to use. Now everybody's pretty much settled into the few apps that they like to use on a regular basis. And then the way people consume content has been changed by that type of apps that they use.
What would you say is the optimum time frame for a mobile ad experience?
Well, I'd say like your initial setup should be no longer than 15 seconds, whether you're front loading it with a video or maybe it's an animated sequence. You really just want to get their attention and convey your brand within 15 seconds. That's the typical skip button window that people are used to on ad. The most important thing to do is tell them who your brand is right away while they're focus on your screen. After you've captured their attention or shown them something interesting, you can then engage with them, offering them content that they might want to interact with.
It's all about getting the brand out there to the consumer to start with, playing a short video, and then introducing other elements of interactivity and sort of gamification.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like a lot of going back to the beginning of rich media on mobile. We're basically looking at all the bells and whistles. I can shake my phone, I can drag and drop on my screen, I can access my camera. We basically took all of those independent rich media features and we're trying to build ad concepts around them.
Yes. And so we're now starting to see the emergence of vertical video as opposed to horizontal video. How important is vertical video for the behavior on the device?
Oh, I think it's very important because of the natural way we all hold our phones. Most of the time, most of the apps that we use, I feel like, are vertical. Whether it's a news app or a social app, you tend to view it vertically and scroll. And so if we're creating an ad experience that's as least disruptive as possible, turning a phone to watch a whole video isn't going to cut it anymore. So vertical is really just a great way to optimize a video for the way a person uses their phone anyways. And going back to like Snapchat and Instagram, I think that's made it even more prevalent just with the way people are creating their own video content. Everybody holds their phone up to shirt their friend or anything like that. And on that note too, their video content is going to be shorter, a little punchier, do a lot of things with like animated GIFs too, for example, rather than even just video. And that's the way people are like creating their content. So I think, for us as ad creators, we should take our cues from that and kind of create in a similar fashion.
One of the things that I've noticed is that there seems to be a lot of people on social media creating storytelling kind of moments throughout their day.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we talk about Snapchat and Instagram stories. These sort of 10-second sequential videos that people are creating content. You said there's a larger opportunity for brands to be a part of this kind of storytelling process?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just a more natural way for them to present their brand message in a way that people who are consuming content in those apps would prefer to see it anyways. Like if I'm swiping through something, then all of a sudden, I've got this rich media ad experience that's 30-second long video and all kinds of stuff to do and see. It's going to be a bit overwhelming. But
Sure.
if let's take a food brand, McDonald's, and they're promoting breakfast all day. What's going to work better? A 30-second TV commercial that's been kind of repurposed into a widescreen on the phone, or something that's more like how you make it in Snapchat to begin with. Like picture some sizzling bacon with a clock going around, spinning for all day. I think that would be a stronger message in that shorter window than if I tried to do a narrative storytelling commercial.
And do you think it changes the creative process for brands in regards to just making a 30-second TVC and saying this is our commercial for the summer?
Yeah.
How do you think that impacts brands?
Well, obviously they have to plan for these mobile kind of experiences right at the very beginning, just like they would their TV commercials or their desktop strategy. Mobile needs to be considered right up front in order for them to even know what to create that works well for the formats.
So in your roles, you obviously look at a lot of technology with 360 cameras, VR, all these kind of creative partners. Who are you working with in the industry at the moment to bring these sort of mobile video experiences to life?
I think from a creative standpoint, one of our biggest partners that we work with is Celtra. Celtra has a rich media authoring platform that really adds all these capabilities to your video, whether it's timeline-based animations or interactivity like hotspots or galleries, anything like that. Celtra really has a great platform for doing that in a nice visual workflow that also has reporting built into it. Their tags will work on any ad network. So when I build something in Celtra, it's ready to go. I hand the tag to the campaign manager and then they can quickly flight that.
Sure.
As far as other interactivity in video, of course, there's Innovid and Seismic, two of the biggest players in that industry.
What would you say are the most popular metrics with buyers at the moment in really evaluating what makes a good mobile campaign?
Well, I think first is going to be viewability, just getting the ad in front of the user. And then after that, of course, completion rates are always very important, whether the person's even completing the experience and then going to where you need them to go, whether that's a website or downloading. Completion rates are very important. But then finally, it would be engagement rates, and that can be measured with time in unit, and then looking at the various features that the user interacted with.
And in regards to engaging on a mobile device, you were talking about the sort of the gamification element. So as you were saying, trying to take them past just a click.
Yeah.
Right. So we want them to swipe and interact and whatnot.
Yeah, and rich media is great for taking a brand's message or whatever the story of their video is and enhancing that and adding kind of another layer in which a user can then interact with something that they're interested in, which that's kind of the whole point of the rich media experience.
What are your thoughts in regards to the evolution of mobile creative and specifically within video?
Well, I think it'll continue to adapt with how people are using, their apps and their mobile phones to consume content. Brands can take a lesson from how consumers are sharing their own stories on things like Instagram or Facebook, and kind of, present their brands in a similar way.
So how would marketers or brands understand if they've made a good mobile campaign?
Well, first, just making sure that the user's seen the ad and the viewability is up there and very high, obviously. And then beyond that, the completion rate's important, whether they're making it all the way through the end of the video and whether the video is hitting all the right marks.
Yep.
And then after that, we look at interactivity. How much time did the user spend in the ad?
Yep.
What kind of things did they spend time with? What did they do exactly? And from there, we kind of put the total picture together to see if it was effective.
Just to make sure you're getting great media, performance, and interactivity.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going beyond just watching a 30-second ad or a 15-second ad.
Yeah.
Trying to get an extra minute in front of your user.
For sure.
Right, great. Well, thanks, Nate. That was part 3 of the Doing Mobile Video Right vlog. We'll be back next time in San Francisco talking to KC around Imabi's future video products. Stay tuned.